Hello, everybody, and welcome to this girls' volleyball matchup between the Manawa Wolves and the Amherst Falcons. I'm Brett McNamara, and you're listening on Zaleski Sports for this play-by-play broadcast. Manawa coming into this one currently sitting at 6-6 as they look to pick up number 7 here. And on the other side for the Falcons, they come in at 3-2, winning 3 games in a row, trying to push it to 4. So we'll see if they can. The starters are currently being announced for Manawa. And then following after that should be Amherst. A little bit of a later start here. Supposed to start at 7. Should start around 7:20. As here's the starters for Amherst. All right, the starters are all ready to go here for both teams. Starting over on the Wolves side, number 0, Abigail Elmhorst. Number 1, the libero, Riley Van Hoovel. Number 11, Adeline Schertz. Number 4, Elena Seeger. Number 19, Olivia Zilke. Number 21, Zoe Zemer. Over on Amherst, number 6, Delaney Connor. Number 12, Callie Lepek. Number 7, Sasha Golan. Number 3, Kinsey Martin. Libero, number 1, Leah Kisting. And number 13, Ivy Bulk. So we are off, ready to go. Serving away is Kinsey Martin. Picked up by Manawa. 3 hits and over the net. Has to get quickly is Sasha Golan. She does. Spiking it over, and that one's going to bounce off the arm of Manawa, and Amherst scores first here. A spike and a miss. And the Falcons will continue with their possession. It's Golan now on the serve. Set over, and couldn't get a arm on that one is Golan. We are tied 1 apiece. Serving for Manawa. It's number 24, Caitlin Krieger, and that one's inbounds, and be 2-1 Falcons. Subbing out is Leah Kisting for number 15, Alexis Wiersba. Here's the serve now from Delaney Connor. And that one's going to fall down as Delaney Connor couldn't get that one. It'll be 2-2. Serving now for the Wolves is Elena Seeger. And that one's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be 3-2 Falcons. And here comes a sub for Manawa. Subbing out is Elena Seeger, in for Alyssa Zempel. And serving for the Falcons is Callie Lepek. Got to get over, and she can't. That was Olivia Zilke trying to get over the net, and it goes right to the net. So 4-2 now, Amherst. Here's a spike now, and that one's going to stay in bounds and barely tipped, actually, by Kelly Lepak. And another sub here from Manawa. It'll be Zoe Zemer coming in for the libero, Vanden Heuvel. Bump spike, here it comes in. She decides to just tap it over. Retained by Manawa. They got to get it over the net. This time they do. Gonna set it up now. Here we go. Just taps it over once again. Nice little rally going on here. Here we go. Spike over and collected. Here comes a spike, and that one's gonna hit the net and missed. Zemer couldn't get that one, and it's now 5-3 Amherst. Ivy Bulk now with the serve, and that one's going to go over. Picked up in the air, hit over the net. That one's spiked over, and that one's going to stay in bounds. Refs waited a second to call that one. They finally do. They double Manawa's score. It's now 6-3 Falcons. Start this first set. Here's the serve. Collects it. They got to get it over now on the last hit attempt. Nice hit there. Over, decides to go backwards, and that one's going to go out of bounds, and they're giving the point to the Falcons. The Falcons starting off hot early, and as soon as I say that, they serve it out of bounds. It's now 7-4 Amherst. And that one's served out of bounds by Abigail Elmhorst. It's now 8-4 Falcons. Serving is the libero for the Falcons, Leah Christing, and that one's gonna get in. It's now 9-4 Falcons. Here's the serve. Hit into the bench of Manawa, and the Falcons are starting to run away with it here. The last couple serves here from Lee Christing. Kisting. Manawa over the net. Here's the Falcons now. They're just going to spike it into that soft zone, and they get it over in timeout. Manawa, it's 11-4. A nice start here for the Falcons, as we are going to send it over to commercial here, brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty. We'll be back after this.
It's more than a job. It's semi-annual bonus, free medical clinic, free gym membership, retirement plan contribution, 11 paid holidays, and benefits start on day 1. Apply today. Electrical and mechanical maintenance and production jobs at Waupaca Foundry. Make iron castings the world uses and trusts. Visit jobs.waupacafoundry.com. Equal opportunity employer. Women and minorities encouraged to apply.
Hello and welcome back. It's currently 11-4 Amherst here in this first set. Just a reminder, this is brought to you Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrumptious contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. Amherst serves that one over, back over to Amherst, and that one's going to hit the basketball hoop. out of bounds. Hopefully that will get the momentum going for Manawa, being down by 6 already. As incoming now for Manawa is going to be Elena Seeger for Alyssa Zempel. And there seems to be a little bit of confusion between the refs here, and they finally do allow the sub. And the refs are taking a little bit of a timeout here to talk over with both the coaches. So they finally give the volleyball to the server for the Wolves, Olivia Zilke. So you can hear the student section getting a little bit loud. Serves it over. Not a great setup there. She does get it over though, and that one's a nice spike and a block. What a block there by Natalie Carlson. And it's now 12-5 Falcons. And a sub now for Amherst. Sasha Golan heading out. Incoming is Tara Storman. She will serve it away now for Amherst. And that one's going to hit the net, just barely does. Stays on the Falcons' side, and it'll now be 12-6. Hits it over. Here's Manawa now trying to get into that soft zone. They can't do that. They got to hit it over, just kind of bumps it over. Here's a nice little tap, and they tried to do it once again, but Amherst was there. And here comes a spike now, blocked and out of bounds. Amherst's points. Tried to quick hit it over was Adeline Schertz, but she couldn't keep it in bounds, and now Amherst is number 3, Kinsey Martin, will serve it away. And that one's going to head out. So 13-7 now. Amherst had a nice start, an early timeout from Manawa. But Manawa is trying to settle in now. Looks like they are. They're only down by 6, so game's still definitely in reach. It's a very competitive battle between the two teams so far. And here's a pass right back, and a nice spike there from Ivy Bulk. And coming in for the Falcons is Alexis Wiersba. For the libero, Leah Kisting. And that one's going to head out on the serve. So it's been back and forth here between each of the teams scoring the last few points. Sits at 14-8. Neither team has made a run since the timeout. So Manawa holding their ground so far. That one just gets over. Back over to Manawa's side. They're going to have to get it over now. Here's Amherst now. They're going to set it up. Here comes the spike. They just decide to hit it lightly. Here comes the spike from Manawa now, and a nice retrieval there from Tara Storman. And that one's going to be spiked out of bounds. And it will be Manawa's point. Serving now for the Wolves, Elena Seeger. Here's Amherst now. They gotta get it over. They do. Possibly could have gone out. As the server, Elena Seeger, just hits it up in the air. It hits the hoop, and that is in play. And another player couldn't get there in time, so it's a point for Amherst. It's now 15-9 Falcons. Serving now for Amherst is Callie Lepak. Just getting that one was Riley Van den Heuvel, but she hits it out of bounds. Now it's 16-9 Falcons. Finally hits it over. Amherst trying to stay on their feet. They got to get it over. They do. Nice hit there from Alexis Wiersba. Here comes a spike now. And that's going to be a point for Amherst. Spike by Ivy Bulk from the middle. And here comes the Falcons with another run. We'll see if Manawa decides to use another timeout. Got to get it over. They do. 1-2 here. The 3 and strike. No. That one's going to head out. It's now 18-9 Falcons. And Manawa's starting to get a little antsy out there. Just need to settle down a little bit, try and get back into this game. Here comes a spike and a block. Great block there from the 2 up front by Sasha Golan and Ivy Bulk, and another timeout for Manawa. It's now 19-9 Amherst. As we're going to head to another commercial break presented by Hoff Favor Realty. We'll be back after this.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's currently 19-9 Amherst here in set number 1. Had one run earlier. Manawa called a timeout, went kind of back and forth, and then another run by the Falcons resulted in the second timeout called by Manawa. Just a reminder, it's brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty. When it comes to real estate, you need someone you can trust to know every town, street, and deer trail in the area. Brett Favor and Hoff Favor Realty. Estate is here for you, whether buying, selling, or just curious about real estate values. Reach out to Brett Favor. As Amherst collects their 20th point here in set number 1. As they're inching closer and closer to taking the first game here. And not 4 hits. Here comes Amherst with the spike, and that one's going to hit the top of the net. Here's Manawa now trying to do anything they can to get some points on the board, and they do just that, as they are about halfway from tying Amherst. It's 10-20 now. Serving for Manawa is Presley Voss, or excuse me, Adeline Schertz, and that's going to be another point for Manawa. As here comes the Wolves, trying to pick up win number 7 of the year. And there's a point for Amherst. It's 21-11. Wolves have played 12 games already, this being number 13, and the Falcons have only played 5, with this one being 6. A lot of out-of-conference games, as that one's going to hit the net. And it's a point for the Wolves. Manawa serves it over. Here comes a spike and a nice block there by number 32, Emma Madam, with the block, keeping the ball in Amherst's zone. It's now 21-13. Can Amherst hold on and take set number 1? A nice block there once again. Here comes the Falcons, though, and that one's gonna head out of bounds. It's 22-13. Served over by the libero, and that one heads out of bounds. 23 now to 13. Here's Kisting now. Picked up in the air, almost goes out of bounds. They got to get it over. They do. And that one's going to head out. It's now 24 to 13. And here is the set point. So they're one away from taking set number one. Here it goes. Served over. Here comes a spike by Manawa. 1, 2, over. Got to get it over. They can't mess up here. They're only 1 point away. Amherst keeping it alive now. They got to get it over the net. They do. A nice little rally between the two teams. Here we go. Spike down. 2, and here couldn't get it in the right spot. That one's going to head out of bounds, and it'll be Manawa's point. And a sub coming in for the Wolves. Subbing in is Elena Seeger for Alyssa Zempel. The third time they swapped places in this one. I'm assuming many more to come, and that one's going to get down. Back-to-back points here for Manawa. That'll be an ace. (24 to 15). Amherst trying to finish it off. Take set number one. And that one's going to fall, and that's going to be the 25th point. Amherst takes set number one here in the matchup between the Falcons and the Wolves. So we head to set number two. But first, we're going to head to a commercial break brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty.
Part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this varsity volleyball matchup between the Manawa Wolves and the Amherst Falcons. Amherst takes set number one, 25 to 15. Amherst went on a couple of runs in the first set, resulted in a couple timeouts by Manawa, and they just couldn't get back into the game. As we are about to start set number two. About 30 seconds here. It's brought to you by Whitetail Lanes. Great food and a wonderful family atmosphere await you at Whitetail Lanes in Amherst Junction. Pizzas, burgers, sandwiches, wraps, appetizers, soups, and so much more. Lunch and dinner are served at Whitetail Lanes on Highway Q in Amherst Junction. As it looks like we're about ready to get going here for set number two. The Falcons looking to go for that sweep. Manawa would have to fix a few things in order to keep it competitive. But the Falcons doing everything correctly so far. Their passes have been almost perfect. And the spikes are getting in the right spots. Manawa will start off serving it away. It will be Caitlin Krieger for the Wolves. Here we go. Picked up by the libero of Amherst. Gets it right back over. A little bump. Nice dive and hit there from Portman. Amherst now back and forth. Spiked and out of bounds. Manawa will take the first point. That was Kinsey Martin trying to keep it in bounds. She couldn't do it. And for the first time in the first two sets, Manawa has the lead. Here's the Falcons now, and right into that center. And Manawa hasn't been there in either of the first two sets. They got to make some adjustments and get somebody there to counter that hit. So Amherst ties it up, is now 1-1. Serving it away is Martin, and that one will head out of bounds. That one gets right over the net, barely. And it'll be an ace and a point for Manawa. 3-1 Wolves. A little bit of a different start here compared to the first set. They got some momentum now. See if they can continue with this. That one's going to be hit right back over and right back again. But that one will head out of bounds. It'll be a point for Amherst. And coming in for the Falcons is Rihanna Ziesman for Alexis Wiersba. Serving is Ziesman. Manawa trying to keep it in. They do. Here's a spike. That one's out of bounds. This one's tied up. Back-to-back points for Amherst. Here's the serve. That one's going to hit the net. Point Manawa. Maple Fall Fest is September 13th and 14th in Marshfield. Check out arts and crafts vendors, the Kids Zone, and yummy food. Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Point for Amherst. It's now 4-4, and serving it is Leah Kisting, the libero. That one's going to head out, and Manawa just having that sneaky lead so far here in set number 2. Much different presence compared to that first set where they were down the whole time. And that one heads out of bounds. So the first 5 points for each of the teams have been really back and forth. So we'll see if one of the teams can pull away here. It's Amherst looking to get their second set win, and Manawa looking to tie it up. That one gets in the zone. And Amherst is now up 6-5. It's once again Amherst putting in the spots where Manawa isn't. Comes the Wolves. Got to hit it over. They do. Nice hit back, and that one's going to fall down, though. And we are tied at 6 here in set 2. As serving for the Wolves is number 19, Olivia Zilke. A nice hit there by Rihanna Ziesman. And once again, the Falcons do it. They get in the spot as Manawa kind of shifts over to the left. They hit it more towards the right side of Manawa. It just gets inside the zone as Amherst retakes the lead. And an ace for number 5, Rachel Portman. Eight to 6 here for Amherst. Starting to pull away. See if Manawa can retaliate. And that one stays inside, and a little bit of the Falcon zone medicine. It's now 8 to 7 Falcons. Hit out of bounds. They got to get it over now. They do. Comes Manawa, and that one's going to head out. Tipped out of bounds by Kisting. It's now 8 to 8. Just when you thought Amherst was going to pull away with it, Manawa comes right back and ties it right back up. Oh, what a play there from Amherst, keeping the ball off the ground. And a spike, and that one is in bounds and will be Manawa's point. Tried to spike it, but it was blocked by a Manawa player. And Amherst couldn't get it back. The Falcons now almost puts it right in that sweet spot. Couldn't do it though, and that one goes right in between two Amherst players, and another point for Manawa. Back-to-back 10 to 8 lead for Wolves. That one barely gets over the net. Manawa does get it over though. Excuse me, the Amherst did. They gotta get it over, they do. And a few hits here from Manawa, and they barely get it over. Right in the good spot, right in that left corner. And it's now 11 to 8 Wolves. That one heads out of bounds on the serve. Hopefully that can get Amherst going now. 11 to 9 Manawa. Here's Holly Singer with the serve. Manawa collects it. Here comes the spike. Well, nice block there. That time they couldn't block that one. It'll be another point for Manawa. So it was all Amherst in set number 1. And now a very back and forth set number 2. Amherst Family Foods continues to serve the community as a full-service grocery store with fresh local produce and so much more. With a hot food selection, dairy, frozen foods, produce, fresh fruits, and veggies and drinks. Get your groceries at Amherst Family Foods. So the refs are going to be talking over some confusion. And I'm assuming it has to be something with a substitution. So they're kind of stopping the game here. We will see. I think it's just they tried to sub in a couple players at once. But it looks like we're all ready to go now. 12-9 Manawa. It will be Caitlin Krieger serving it, and that one heads out of bounds. So we will see if Amherst can get going now. Already have one set, looking for number 2. On the other side, Manawa looking to tie it up. Served over. Here's the third hit for Manawa. They get it over. Here comes the Falcons. Here comes the spike. They get it down, and that one's in there. And it's 11-12. Martin serves it over. Here comes Manawa. Just gets there. And a whistle is called, and it'll be a point for Manawa. And it looks like a violation was called on the Falcons. Yeah. It's now 13-11 Manawa. That one hits a light. Still in play as they get it over. Comes the Wolves. Nice dive and hit. That one's going to hit the net, and it's going to be a point for the Wolves. 14-11 Manawa. So they're really coming together now as they try to take set number 2. And that one's out of bounds. It's now 12-14. Serving for the Falcons is Alexa Wiersba. That one's going to hit the net. Falcons just cannot tie this game up. They get 1 point here, 1 point there, but Manawa in the second set has really been around that 2 to 3 point lead. Here comes the Falcons. Hits it over. Manawa struggling to find it. They do, and they get it over. Nice job there by the Wolves. Spike and a good block. Falcons got to get it over. They do. Manawa getting on the ground for that one. Nice set over the net. 1, 2, 3. They got to get it over. They do. Spike and a nice retaliation and a hit, and that's in the soft zone. Nice job there from Manawa as they get the point. And a substitution now for Amherst. Coming in is Rihanna Ziesman for Alexis Wiersba. So a 16-12 lead here for the Wolves. They're 9 points away from taking set number 2 and tying this one up. And there's 1 point closer. And a timeout's going to be called here for the Falcons. 17-12 Manawa. A way better performance here in set number 2. As we're going to head to a commercial break brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's currently 17-12 here in set number 2. Manawa having a way better performance in this second game. compared to the first where it was all Falcons. They had an 11-point win. As the Wolves are looking to head in that direction, we'll see if the Falcons can make a little bit of a comeback. It's brought to you by Culligan Water. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Another point there for Manawa. It's now an 18-12 lead. And another substitution for the Falcons. Coming back in is Alexis Wiersba for the senior Rihanna Ziesman. And that one's heads out of bounds. The Falcons can't get anything going here in set number 2. It's now 19-12 Manawa. It was back and forth that first half here in set number 2. But Manawa's starting to take over. There's a little tap over the net. Here comes a spike and a nice block, but that one's going to be a point for Manawa. They're doing everything right here in number 2. So they are now 5 points away from taking this one. That one hits the ceiling and out of bounds. And the mistakes just keep on happening for Amherst. Amherst now hits it over. Nice tap. Got to get it over now. They do. And a nice block there from the spike. That one's going to be hit over. Spike and out. The spikes are just not falling for Amherst, and back-to-back timeouts called by the Falcons. It's now 22-12 Manawa. So they're doing exactly what Amherst did in that first set, and that's run away with it. We're going to head to another commercial break brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty. We'll be back after this.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust in Stevens Point, Plover, and in Weston. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's currently 22-12 Manawa. If you're just joining us, the Falcons took the first set 25-15. As it looks like the teams kind of each switched their identities, as now Manawa is running away with it. Amherst is going to need to make a comeback to take set number 2, and that's not going to help them. It's now 23-12 Manawa. As Sasha Gallen just couldn't get it over the net there. And I think I'm noticing Manawa getting to that spot where the Falcons were trying to go. That's really helped them avoid getting points on them, as that one's going to hit right over the net, and they couldn't get it over. A little bit of a run there for Manawa as finally the Falcons get back on the board. It's now 13-23, and we'll see if this momentum can push Amherst towards trying to tie or take the lead here. But they are down by 10. So very low possibilities. That one's going to head to the stands. It's now back-to-back points for Amherst. 14-23. Is serving it away is Leah Kisting, the sophomore. Here's a spike. Nice pickup. Spikes it over and collected by Manawa. That one's going to hit the net, and it'll be a point for Amherst. So 3 points in a row now for the Falcons, as it's now 15-23. The possibility of getting closer to that 23 mark for the Falcons. I was just going to say the possibility was going up, but that one heads out of bounds on the serve. And it's now set point for Manawa as they look to tie this series up at 1-1 apiece. Here's the Falcons now. Spike over. That one heads out, and Manawa takes set number 2. We are tied 1-1 as we will start over as we're going to head to a commercial break brought to you by Hot Favor Realty. We'll be back in about a minute and a half.
Whitetail Lanes is your fun headquarters in central Wisconsin. We offer a clean, family-friendly environment. Whether you come to bowl, eat, visit our pro shop, or just hang out, we'll show you what customer service is all about. We pride ourselves on serving excellent food at reasonable prices. Try our Friday night fish fry, or come out on Saturdays for our delicious homemade pizza cooked in our new stone ovens. Book us for your next party or event. Once you've been here, we know you'll be back. Whitetail Lanes, just north of Amherst Junction on Q.
Imagine if your orthopedic clinic, surgery center, and physical therapy were all in one place with one team. At Stevens Point Orthopedics, you'll have a clinic where a friendly voice always answers your call. If you need further care, it's a short walk to meet our surgery center team, or down the hall to meet a group of our physical therapists. There is one space and one team for the best orthopedic care in central Wisconsin. That's Stevens Point Orthopedics, world-class treatment and hometown care.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's currently tied up 1-1 apiece between two sets. It was all Amherst in the first set, 25-15, and now Manawa takes set number 2, 25-16. We are ready to start set number 3 in about a minute here. And if you're Amherst here, the thing that was working for them in that first set was that they're getting right to the middle of the play area for Manawa, and they just weren't getting there in time. So Manawa adjusted in that set number 2. I think they figured it out. And as soon as they started hitting it over there, you notice Manawa was getting there in time and making plays, resulting in points. So we'll see what Amherst adjusts now with Manawa's adjustments, as Amherst will start off hitting it away. So here we go, and that one's gonna head out, and it'll be a point for Amherst. So nice start here for the Falcons. They just couldn't get to the ball in time there. That one also is going to go out of bounds, and they just miss it. It's 2-0 Falcons. And this is the momentum you want to try and take the second game, or excuse me, the third game to get their second win. Hit over by Manawa. Here comes a spike, and they just decide to tip it. Manawa hits it over. They got one more hit. They get it over. And that's going to be a point for the Falcons. 3 straight points. It's 3-0 Amherst. And a much better start here in set number 3 for the Falcons compared to set 2, where they basically collapsed and couldn't get anything going. Falcons keeping it in play. That one barely gets over. Manawa adjusts and hits it back over to Amherst. Timing was a little off on the spike. Couldn't do anything. That one's going to hit a net, and that one's going to stay in bounds on the side of Manawa. It's another point for the Falcons. It's now 4-0. That one's sent over. Here's Manawa now, getting there in time. And that one stays in. It's 5-0 Amherst. As everything is coming together now for the Falcons. Gets it over, and that one's going to head out of bounds. It's 6-0 Falcons. And a timeout will be called by Manawa. They take set number 2, come back out, and have done nothing so far, as we're going to head to another commercial break, brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty.
Hello, Wisconsin. Felt's Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Felt's Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Felt's Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's currently 6-0 Amherst here in set number 3. They took set number 1. Manawa takes set number 2, but it's been all Amherst. So the Falcons are trying to fly away and take set number 3. This is brought to you by the Tomorrow River School District. Great things are happening at the Tomorrow River School District. Join the Falcon family. Are you ready to fly with us? And there's the first point for Manawa right off of the timeout. So they talked it over. Hopefully figured out what was happening. They still got a long ways to go, and there's another point for Amherst. Serves it out of bounds. And it's 7-1 Falcons. Call JG Plumbing for all your residential or commercial plumbing needs. As your local Amana dealer, you can always trust in JG to get it fixed and get it off your mind. That's JG Plumbing in Amherst. Another point for the Falcons, and it's 8-1. Manawa trying to do everything they can to get it over that net, but the Falcons are staying strong up front. Finally does get it over. Here's the spike, and they put it right in the perfect spot, but they got there. And that's going to be a point for Manawa. The Wolves packing together and getting that one to get them their second points, now 8-2 here in set number 3. That one's going to be a line violation. As you heard a few fans talking about it, finally they do call it. It's now 9-12 Amherst. Here comes the serve now. Amherst, not a great setup. They finally do get it over. Here comes the spike off the arm of Abigail Elmhorst as Amherst gets their 10th point of set number 3. It was all Amherst in set number 1. They were just running away with it pretty much. And then set number 2, Manawa was running away with it. And as that one will hit the top, it'll be another point for Amherst, as they are now here in set number 3 running away with it. So I'm assuming Manawa will take over set 4, but we will see. Just the way the games are going. Here comes a spike and blocked and out of bounds. And it's a 10-point lead for the Falcons, 12-2. Here's the Falcons now. Here comes a spike, and that one's right in there. It's 13-12 Amherst. And here comes a substitution for Manawa. Coming in for the Wolves, it's number 11, Adeline Schertz, and subbing out is Zoe Zemer. Excuse me, Zemer coming in, Schultz, Schertz out. Comes another spike. This time Manawa gets to it. Gotta get it over, they do. 13-2 lead here for Amherst. That one bounces off the top of the net. Manawa collects it. Here comes a spike over, gets into that middle of the zone as they hit number 3. They're only down 10 now. Try and get a run. As coming back in for the Wolves is Schertz for Zemer. And now subbing in is Callie Pethke for the libero, Riley Vanden Heuvel. And that one heads out of bounds on the serve. And nothing is working now for Manawa. Everything is falling for Amherst. Here comes the serve. Hits it over. Here comes the spike, and that one's out of bounds. Point for Manawa. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Bridgetop Exteriors bring top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Bridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. As it will actually be a point for Amherst. As it looks like they're denying the substitution. So 14-4 Falcons. Here's the serve. That one's out. 15-4 now. And timeout Manawa, their second of the set, number 3. Excuse me, it's now 16-4. As we are going to head to another commercial break brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hello, it's currently 16-4 Amherst. If you're just joining us, Amherst took set number 1 pretty easily. Then Manawa in set number 2 took set number 2 pretty easily. And now in set number 3, Amherst running away with it once again, as they are off to serve this one up by 12. Here's Manawa. That one spikes over the head of the line judge, and it's now 17-4 Amherst. Here's the serve, and that one's gonna hit the net and hit the ground. It's an ace for the server, Ivy Bulk. It's now 18-4 Falcons, as they continue to fly away with this one. Here's the spike, stays in bounds. Manawa collects it. That one's gonna head over the net. That's gonna be a tough one, and that one's gonna drop. A much needed point by Manawa. They're only down by 13 now. And that's going to be another point for Manawa. It's back-to-back. So they're trying to get something going. Try and make set number 3 competitive. Here's the serve. That one heads out. And another point for Amherst. Over at Amherst Storage, the only storage serving the Amherst area, offering extra large units for businesses, boats, RVs, or an extra garage. Secure, affordable, and open 24/7. Visit us online to reserve your space today. Here's the serve for the Falcons. Gets it over. 19-6 lead, blocked, and that one's going to stay on that Manawa side. They do. Here's a spike. That one's going to head just out of bounds. Point for the Wolves. At a sub for Manawa. Coming in is number 19, Olivia Zilke, for Alyssa Zempel. Talked about that substitution quite a bit so far. That one staying in bounds. A nice spike there. Gets it over the net. Manawa's got to do something. Fighting all over. They got to get it over. They do. And a nice job there from the Falcons. Get into the ball. Here's the little tap. Keeping it in the air. Gets it over. And a nice play there. Back-to-back nice possessions by Amherst. And dives all over the place for the Falcons. Get it back over. 19-7 still. Oh, nice tip over. Here's a spike and a block. What a play there by the Falcons. Sticking to it and getting the block. It's now 20-7, and they are 5 points away from taking set number 3 and being 1 set away from taking the game. Here's Manawa now. Kind of does the runner and gets that one over and down. It's 20-8 now. That one's going to be served out of bounds as they hit the 21 mark. Express Employment for Professionals has relationships with all local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. Couple of hits, they got to get it over. They do, just barely. Down by 13's Manawa. Here comes a spike. That one's in. It's 22-8 Falcons on the spike by Ivy Bulk. Here's the serve. That one heads out of bounds. Manawa trying to keep it respectable here in the third set. And Amherst must have made a nice adjustment. Must have noticed something else as that serve's gonna head out. 2 points away from taking set number 3 is Amherst, and a sub now for the Falcons. Coming in is number 2, Tara Stormone, for number 6, Delaney Connor. So here we go, a serve, that one's gonna head out. Once again, that substitution for Manawa, Zilke for Zempel. (23-10) now. Nice little tap over. Couple hits in the air. They got to get it over. They don't, and that's going to be a point for Amherst. And we are at set point once again for the Falcons. As here we go, 24-10 lead for the Falcons. Coming in for Amherst is Holly Singer for number 12, Callie Lepak, and here we go. That one's gonna head out of bounds just by about a couple inches. It's now 24-11. Hit up in the air, here comes a spike, and that one stays in. And that's a game-winning point for the Falcons. 25-11 is the final score here in set number 3, and the Falcons are one set away from taking this match between the Manawa Wolves and the Amherst Falcons. We're going to take a commercial break and be back shortly. This is presented by Hoff Favor Realty.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in. Got a passion for helping people? Maybe you like cars. Are you into science? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this varsity volleyball matchup between the Manawa Wolves and the Amherst Falcons. I'm Brett McNamara, and you're listening on Zaleski Sports. And if you're just joining us, the Falcons have taken 2 sets, and Manawa has taken 1. Falcons took the first set, really pulling away from it, won by 10, 25-15. Then Manawa came right back and actually beat the Falcons by 10 as well. And then here in set number 3, it was all Amherst once again, winning that one 25-14. Falcons now 1 set away from taking this matchup to improve to 4-2 on the season. If Manawa were to lose, it would drop them down to 6-7 on this season. So it looks like we are ready to go here in set number 4. And serving will be number 24 on the Wolves, Caitlin Krieger. As Manawa looks to tie this one up and keep it going and push to a set 5. So the refs are going to talk over another substitution. And they've really not liked what Manawa or Amherst has been doing substitution-wise. And now coming in for Manawa is going to be their libero, Vanden Heuvel. And alongside her is Olivia Zilke. Served over, and that one's going to almost head out of bounds. As running into the stands is Kinsey Martin, and it'll be a point for Manawa. Back-to-back serves, just gets under that one. A nice spike over. And that's going to be back-to-back points for Manawa. And we'll see if set 2 and 4 are similar, which resulted in a Manawa blowout. And every set has been a blowout for either team, as that one gets in the soft space, and the first point of set number 4 for Amherst. As now Kinsey Martin back to serve for the Falcons. Gets it over, and that one heads to the corner of the net. Back-to-back points for the Falcons. They tie it up. Here comes the serve, stays in bounds. Got to get it over on 3. They do, and a nice hit back by the libero, Kisting. Nice block on the spike. And a nice little tap, but that one's going to head out of bounds. It'll be Manawa's point. They take the lead 3-2. So Manawa trying to stay alive. Trying to stay alive. So they have the lead 3-2, and that one's going to hit the net. Point for Amherst. 3-3 now. This one brought to you by Legacy Steel. If you're considering a career in fabrication or welding, consider dropping off a resume at Legacy Steel. This brand new addition to our Amherst community is located in the Amherst Business Park. That's a Legacy Steel, proud supporter of your Amherst Falcons. That one's going to run into the net and be a point for Manawa. 4-3 lead for the Wolves. Maybe this will be the game where the teams stay competitive the whole set. But I guess we will see. Here's a spike. Retain. That one's going to hit the line judge and be a point for Manawa. It's now 5-3 Wolves. For all of your tire and auto service needs, look to Schriel Tire and Auto Service. Great deals on tires that fit your needs. And it is a sure thing to get back on the road. That's Schriel Tire and Auto Service. That one gets away from the Falcons once again. And here comes Manawa as they're starting to run away with this one. 6-3 Falcons. Wolves. Nice little tap and a great play there from Ivy Bulk, making the play, hitting in the perfect spot. Now 4-6. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, and snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. And once again, the refs are talking over some substitutions. And this is about the 5th or 6th time now they've come together and just talk about what's going on with the subbing, but looks like we're all good to go here. So 4-6 now. Amherst trying to claw its way back. That one's going to head out on the serve. Just missed it. Was Kisting. The Falcons, after completely blowing out the Wolves in the last set, 25-14. They're down by 3 now here in set 4 with a chance to win it all. Finally gets it over is Amherst, and a nice tap back by the Falcons. That one hits the net, comes back, and a nice little tip down. And the fans on the Manawa side are not happy with that call, but it will stand Falcons' point. It's now 5-7. Here's the serve, gets it over. Retained by Manawa. Spikes in and blocks, but that one's gonna drop. And it's a point for the Wolves. It's 8-5. Back to serve is Zilke. She gets it over. Here's Amherst now. Tap. Hits it right. 2 and a spike down. That one's good. A spike by Alexis Wiersba. Once again, as she will serve it. It's now 6-8 Falcons. Excuse me, Manawa. Hits the net. Back-to-back serves by Wiersba coming from that last set, both hitting the net. It's now a 9-6 lead for Manawa. Ski's Meat Market is your locally owned premier meat market filled with more than 30 flavors of brats along with chicken, steaks, beef, deli meats, local and seasonal favorites, and more. It's all at Ski's Meat Market on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Back-to-back points now for Manawa as they hit the 10-point mark first here in set number 4 as they look to keep their hopes alive and push it to set 5. Hitting it over and blocked down. And a timeout called by Amherst as the Wolves are running away with this one. As we're going to take a commercial break brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty. We will be back after this.
It's more than a job. It's semi-annual bonus, free medical clinic, free gym membership, retirement plan contribution, 11 paid holidays, and benefits start on day 1. Apply today. Electrical and mechanical maintenance and production jobs at WIAA Foundry make iron castings the world uses and trusts. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Equal opportunity employer. Women and minorities encouraged to apply.
Hello and welcome back. It's currently 11-6 Manawa here in set number 4. Falcons currently have a 2-1 series lead in this one. Looking to win it here, but Manawa is making it a little bit difficult for the Falcons. We'll see if they continue on and run away with this one. But here are the Falcons now. With the ball, they hit it over. Manawa retains it back over to Amherst's side. Here they go. Here comes a spike. And that one right to a Manawa player. Hits it over. Once again, there's a spike over. Right back over. And that one's going to be out of bounds. It'll be a point for Amherst. They really needed that one. It's now 7-11. Falcons down by 4. And that one out of bounds. And another point for Manawa. And just like set 2, it's been all Wolves. And like I've mentioned before, it hasn't really been any close games in the first few sets. We'll see if that changes here in this one. Another point for Manawa, 13-7. Here comes the serve, hits it over. And that one stays in bounds, point Falcons. Really needed that one. Hopefully that will get the momentum going and push them towards trying to tie this one up. The International Bank of Amherst invites you to bank locally with all the amenities you'd expect from your local bank. Great rates and local friendly service with a smile. Put your trust in the International Bank of Amherst. Here comes a serve now from Kinsey Martin. Martin gets it over. Here's Manawa now at the net. Back-to-back points for the Falcons. 9-13. They cut the lead closer. It's now at 4 for Manawa. Martin with the serve once again. Got to get it over. They do. And a last attempt hit. Here comes a spike. Barely blocked. Here's Manawa's attempt, and that one's blocked right down. And a nice play there by the Falcons. 3 points in a row as they finally hit the 10-point mark. It's now 10-13. Manawa up. Martin with the serve. Nice dig there. And they couldn't get to that one. Point Manawa. And that one's at the net. 11-14. And a couple subs here for the Falcons. Coming in is Tara Storman for Delaney Connor. Here's the serve. That one's at the net. So back-to-back serves by either team and results in them both going to the net. It's now a 15-11 lead for Manawa. That one's going to head right at the net. So 3 serves in a row to the net. And serving now for the Falcons is Callie Lepak. Here it goes. Finally gets over. He couldn't dig that one up. And there's another point for Amherst. Back-to-back. 13-15 now. Here it goes. Spiked over and a nice block there. 3 points in a row for Amherst. It's 14-15. They're inching closer and closer to tying this one up. Once again, Amherst currently has the set lead 2-1, looking to end it here, currently down by 1. Manawa trying to stay alive. That one's out of bounds. 4 points in a row for Amherst. This one's all tied up here in set number 4. Here's Lepak. They got to get it over. They do. Manawa staying alive. 4 straight points for Amherst. Looking for 5. Spike and a block. Here's Manawa. Just hits it over. Trying to catch Amherst off guard. They can't do it, though. Back over to Manawa's side. That one was out, but they decide to hit it. And it's 5 straight points for Amherst. And timeout Manawa. 16-15 Falcons here in set number 4. 9 points away from ending this one. We're going to head to another commercial break brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty. We will be back shortly.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
Hello and welcome back. 6 straight points here for Amherst. 16-15 lead here in set number 4. They currently lead this one 2-1. Looking to pick up number 3 and the win. That one heads out on the serve. We're tied right back up 16 apiece. This is brought to you by Stevens Point Orthopedics. Stevens Point Orthopedics is proud to provide complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes this summer. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment. That's 715-344-0701. Nice hit over for the Falcons that barely gets over the net by Manawa. Retained by the Falcons. Hits it in the nice spot. There it is. Once again, the Falcons putting it exactly where you need to put it. And that's where Manawa isn't. So 17-16 now, Amherst. Here's the serve now from Bull. That one hits the net and heads out of bounds. We are tied at 17s. Finally, a back and forth late game action. All the sets have all been blowouts. To be fair, it is only 17-17. So either team could easily go on a run and end this set. Here's the serve, gets it over. Here comes the Falcons with the spike. They decide to go with the soft spot once again, and that will be a net violation. Point for Manawa. It's 18-17. Nice hit there. That one gets down. And we are tied at 18. A block attempt couldn't go for Manawa. And it's 18-18 in set number 4. Subbing in for the Falcons is Brianna Ziesman. For Alexis Wiersma, Ziesman will serve it now for the Falcons. Here's the serve, stays in bounds. Here comes Manawa now. Nice little tap, couldn't get the dig. They do actually on the last second attempt. Here's Manawa, spikes it right back in the net. It'll be a point for Manawa. Sub in for the Wolves. Coming in is number 21, Zoe Zemer. And heading out the libero, Vanden Hovel. Here's the serve now by the Wolves. Stays in bounds. Amherst got to get over. They do, and that one spiked in there. We're all tied up at 19. Back and forth since the 15-point mark. And set number 4 is getting antsy for both set of fans. On the side of Manawa, if they don't win this set, it is over. If they do, then we head to a 5th and final set. That one heads into the student section. And it'll be a point for the Falcons. They hit the 20 mark, 5 away now from taking this game and pushing their record to 4-2. Serving for the Falcons is Holly Singer. That one gets down. It's an ace. 21-19. 4 away now for Amherst. Timeout, Manawa. The first 2-point separation since 15-13. This one's getting competitive on Zaleski Sports. We're going to take another commercial break brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty.
In every department at Dull Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Hello and welcome back. It's currently set for Amherst has a 2-1 series lead. They were down and now they are up by 3. Amherst, I was just going to say they were down by about 5 points. Went on an insane run, tied it at 15. And now Manawa is subbing in number 15, Eleanor Schneider went. She will sub in. So 22-19 lead, 3 points away here for Amherst and take this game to keep that win streak. Currently at 3, looking to make it 4. Here's Amherst. That one gets over. Back to Amherst's side. They're going to try and set it up now. They got to get it over. They do. That one's out of bounds on the new sub-in. Schneider couldn't get that one. It's now 23-19 Amherst. 2 points away from taking this one. Here we go. Here's Holly Singer with the serve. Barely gets over. Back to Schneider and back-to-back mistakes. And they are a point away from taking this one. Singer will serve it. Here we go. That one stays in bounds. Here's Manawa. Gets it over. It hits a couple players on the Amherst side. Point Manawa. And they are still in it. Subbing in for the Wolves is number 24, Caitlin Krieger, for Zempel once again. Here we go. Krieger with the serve. Inbounds. Here's Amherst now with the setup, the spike. That one gets down. Amherst takes this one in set number 4. They win it 3-1 in sets. 25-20 is the final of this one. Is to make sure, stay tuned for the WIAA Foundry post-game show. Coming up next, for a job that will ignite your career, go to jobs.wapakafoundry.com. That's jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Once again, stay tuned for the WIAA Foundry post-game show brought to you by WIAA Foundry. Here we go.
The mission at WIAA Foundry is to provide all of the world with our great quality castings.
I think it'd be kind of hard to find this sort of environment working anywhere else. It's a little bit different than your typical factory setting.
People think that we just pour, we pour a few castings, but like here at Plant 1, we're pouring, 3,000 different parts.
There's a lot to learn, and it's fascinating. When I started and I said that to myself, well, if I don't give it a shot and I don't try out the job, I won't know if I actually like it.
I stay because of my team leader and my foreman and the guys I work with over there. They make it fun and easy and interesting. They're willing to help, they're willing to teach. They give you the time to learn.
As long as you show up, you do what you're supposed to, you ask questions, and you put your best foot forward, you literally can keep moving up.
One of the things that has kept me tied to the company is how do you feel? When you go every day to a place, you belong to a team, you have opportunity for growth, that's the right place to be.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
WIAA has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. They've sent me to school. I have an associate's degree now. I take pride in that because I've always wanted to have a college degree, and now I have it, and WIAA has supplied that to me.
I feel like we are an elite team that keeps this place running in Melton Iron, and I like to feel part of something bigger.
I enjoy working with everybody. I love being up here in Wisconsin.
It's like a brotherhood. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's looking out for everyone.
The people that make up WIAA Foundry are just really genuine, hard-working people.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
We build a good sense of camaraderie with our teams, so it just allows for a more well-rounded and healthy work environment.
It's not just a job, it's a career.
What our differentiator is, WIAA is a company, first it has a welcoming culture. So no matter what your background is, if you are coming, willing to do your job and contribute to the company growth and also growth yourself, you will find the right place.
We make products that help people. I don't ever want to have to worry that you get in your vehicle and you go home and something breaks or fails because we didn't do something right on our process. It all matters.
WIAA Foundry, it's one of the largest iron foundries in the world, and it's right here in WIAA, and I love that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WIAA Foundry post-game show. I'm Brett McNamara. I'm alongside the Falcons head coach and Holly Singer. Coach, what was the game plan going into this one?
Well, we were going to try and play everybody quite a bit and get them in because we have a lot of inexperienced players, and we felt like we were going to take them in 3, but it didn't work out right away, so we had to scrap that plan and go with something else.
Exactly. You guys fought really hard in that first one. The second one didn't go quite your way. You guys pushed through the third one, got that big victory, and then going into the fourth one, started a little bit down, came right back up. What was I know you guys, they're calling a couple timeouts. What were you saying to your players during all of that?
Right now we got to make our serves because we had missed a bunch of key serves in there, and we have to do that, and we can't let anything drop on the ground. And you have to forget what was in the past and move forward, and we're playing that point and that point only. And we were going to be the first to 20 and then to 25. So.
Exactly, and you're completely correct. You guys were down, you came back, and then it was back and forth. So great job there. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. All right, Holly, you played great. You had the game-winning serve. What was kind of your mindset in that fourth set?
Honestly, just keep my energy up, get the serve over and in for sure. And trust in my teammates that when they send it back over that they're going to play it out.
Exactly, and I know it was, like I said, it's been back and forth that whole fourth set. When you guys were on those breaks in between the sets, what were you guys talking around with your teammates?
Honestly, just move on from your last mistake, keep your energy high, and cheer each other on because that's a big thing. Once we get our energy down, we're down, and we need to keep our energy up.
Exactly, you guys did that perfectly. So great job. I'm going to hand you the mic. You know what you're doing.
I'm Holly Singer, and I'm in the house.